What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. If you follow our channel at all, you'll know that we are big fans of the Army Corps of Engineers campgrounds. There are only 3 of those in the state of Florida. Now that we've stated all 3 of them, we wanted to give you guys kind of a review on all 3, some information on them, and put them all in one place so they're easy to find if you guys are ever looking for information on any of those 3 campgrounds. As we work from the west side of the state over to the east, all of these campgrounds are located on the Okeechobee Waterway, so they're all in the same water system. So we'll start furthest west, which is going to be closer to Fort Myers. That's going to be the WP Franklin campground. So that one's just east of Fort Myers, pretty close. And we stayed there a while back. Beautiful campground. Almost every site is right on the water. Beautiful views of the water from there. We really enjoyed that one.
Yep, and that one has 30 sites with electric and water hookups, referring to our handy dandy Corps of Engineer Park book that has them all listed in the United States. It's a very handy resource. We have a separate video on that we can leave a link for. But it tells you how many sites there are, how big the campground is, what amenities they offer. So it's been very useful.
Yeah, so WP Franklin, we enjoyed it over there. It's again, it's pretty close to Fort Myers, so if you're going to be over on that side of the state or going toward that Fort Myers area, it's an excellent campground. As you leave WP Franklin and head east, you're going to come to the Ortona Lot Campground, which is where we're at today. This is the only one that we had not stayed at up until this point, so it had some openings, some availability, and actually it's not completely full, which is shocking. Very big surprise. We figured it'd be packed. We're here over a weekend, so we were really surprised when it wasn't completely full. We're gonna give you guys a drive through this campground. 2 separate loops as well on this one. So the loop we're in, you can't really see the water. There is the canal right over there on the other side. On the other side of the campsites are across from us, but the other loop, and we'll get you some site numbers as we head over there, but the other loop, much better views of the water and a little easier access if you're looking to fish or something like that close to your site. The other loop over there would be a little better choice for that, but either way, both of them are great. All right, as you come through the Ortona campground, this is the furthest loop, which actually has sites 1 through 30. So 1 through 30 starts here. This is right down by the lock and the dam. So we'll cruise down here, and this is going to be 1 through 30. And all these sites are really nice. They're all back ends, but you can see the ones here on the left, back end right up to the water. So you have just this incredible view of the canal back here. Just really nice sights, and we're getting close to checkout time, so that's I think why all those are empty right now. But even when we were here yesterday and did a walk down here, there were still 4 or 5 sites that were empty, which is very surprising, especially for this time of year. So this basically goes down, and it is right here at the end of the road, little cul-de-sac, and you head back out. And these sites down here toward the end on the cul-de-sac actually have a little more privacy. You're kind of back here by yourself, facing the water on your campsite, so they're really nice sites, and next time we come back here, we're definitely going to try to get a site over here in this loop over here on the water side, preferably down closer to the end by the cul-de-sac. So now we'll head over to the loop that we're actually on, which is going to be sites 31 through 52. So one of those is a camp host site, so there's actually 51 sites available. And you'll see that these sites are a little further up off the canal, so now the ones on our right actually face toward the water, but a little more grown up behind them, and not really as much of a water view as you have from the other loop. Also, not quite as much privacy because all your sites here on the left side, your campsite is kind of open to the access road that comes in, so not quite as a private of a loop. A couple pull-through sites here, and then they have kind of a unique site. The last pull-through site down here is a pull-through buddy site, so it's a really long pull-through site. It's sites 41 and 42. So a really long site that if you're gonna book that one, I'm not sure how they book it if you have to book 41 and 42, but just be aware if you book that one, it's a little bit different because since it's a pull-through buddy site, it would be tough to get in and get in and out if somebody was in one side or the other. Kind of have you blocked in a little bit. So we come back to site 50, which is where we're at, and that's it. That's the whole campground. We would definitely prefer, I think, when we come back, like I said, to be in the other loop on the water down there, especially if you're going to stay here for any kind of length of time. That'd be a really nice spot to be down there on the water. Just a great view, a little more private, and would be probably a little more enjoyable for a longer stay if you're down on that first loop on the water. The only drawback of the site that we're in right now, we're in site 50 right now. They have these street lights out here, and it's so bright. Like, I don't even have to turn my awning light on at night when I bring Nix out to use the bathroom before we're getting ready to go to bed. No awning light needed. Those lights are extremely bright, too bright, really. That'd be the only complaint. They kind of shine in your windows if you're on this end of the campground. It's bright. I mean, it's nice to have it lit up so you can see, but man, they're a little much. They could tone those down just a tad bit. That'd be great. If not for that, this place would be perfect. It's pretty far out, super quiet, but man, those lights got to go.
And this is the largest of the 3 campgrounds. This one has 51 sites with electric and water hookups.
Yep. So electric, water, dump station. You know, pretty typical, pretty standard. But as far as the actual campground itself, you know, well maintained, like always, in great shape, quiet. You know, just a really nice spot. After you leave Ortona and you continue east, you get to the last campground of the 3, which is the St. Lucie Lot Campground. So that's the end of the line. You've made it to the Atlantic Ocean once you get there. So you start on the west coast of Florida, near the Gulf. You end over by the Atlantic Ocean in Stuart at the St. Lucie Lot Campground. Small campground, 9 sites. But they do have some tent sites. It's the only one that has tent sites available. So there's a few tent sites there. But as far as RV sites go, 9 sites. 3 of those sites are on the water. really nice sites. They kind of back in at an angle along the water, so we've been fortunate enough to snag one of those one time.
Yeah, those are really hard to get. They stay booked all year long.
Yeah, so if you're fortunate enough to get one, you'll have a great view of the canal. See the boats coming through there, headed back and forth through the locks. So a really nice spot if you can get it. This is the Locks Campground, St. Lucie Locks Campground in Stewart, and as you can see, pretty tiny, pretty small campground. 9 sites. We've talked about this place in some videos in the past, and it's really one of our main go-to spots when we're coming back to the area to visit family. We really try to get into here because being that it's only 9 sites, it's usually pretty quiet. It's not real busy. The loudest thing you're going to have while you're staying here is on Tuesdays when they do the lawn work. But other than that, the place is pretty quiet. It sits right on the canal, so get a great view of the boats going in and out of the locks. So it's a good place to stay, and we really enjoy it here. So those 3 sites right in front of us on the left are the 3 that are on the water that we talked about, and then the remainder of the sites are right here on the right side. So like all Army Corps Engineer properties, I won't say all, like most of them, water and electric, dump stations available, but the good thing is, since it's a small campground, the dump station is just right down by the dumpster, not far away at all, so it makes it easy if you're having to take a portable tank down to dump it. Again, that St. Lucie campground is one that we've stayed at quite often. We really like it. It's close to town, so you have super easy access to amenities and things like that. For us, it's close to where our family is, that's where our kids live, so easy for them to come visit us, for us to go visit them. 9 sites, small, it's not a lot of people there, so it's just a really nice small campground. And if you're fortunate enough to be able to snag one of those 9 spots, really there's no bad spots. All the sites are great. Sites 7 and 8 do share kind of a driveway, so it's a shared driveway, but then the sites split off. And even those sites, they're not like a buddy site where you're facing your neighbor or something like that. They just share the same driveway, and then they split off as you back in. So even those sites are not terrible. One unique thing about Ortona and the St. Lucie Lock Campground is the way the reservation system works. They're on the same water management project, so the reservation system on recreation.gov has them lumped together. So for example, your maximum stay at these campgrounds is 14 days. Since St. Lucie Lock and Ortona are on the same water management project, the reservation system combines them. So if you stayed 7 days at St. Lucie Lock, you couldn't then come over to Ortona for 14 days. It's only 14 days between the 2, so you can't book one and then come straight to the other one and then book for another 14 days. So kind of strange that they do it that way. WP Franklin is not part of that, so even though it's on the same waterway, it's a different project. So you can do 7 days St. Lucie, 7 days Ortona, and then you can do WP Franklin for 14 days. Your maximum is 14 days for Ortona and St. Lucie combined at one time. So a little strange, but they're not extremely close, so it's not like you're just going to go from one and hop right down the street and go to the other one. So kind of a weird setup, but
yeah, they're about 2 hours apart from each other, a little less.
Right. So it's strange because WP Franklin is actually much closer to Ortona than the St. Lucie Lock is. So WP Franklin is only about 45 minutes from Ortona. So they're close together, but they're on different water management projects. So I don't know.
But they're all 3 great campgrounds, and we would definitely recommend checking them out. We love our Army Corps campgrounds.
Yeah, definitely do. I mean, you always know what you're going to get. We've stayed at quite a few of them now, and you really, you always know what you're going to get when you come to an Army Corps of Engineer campground. It's going to be well kept. It's going to be in good shape. Most of the time, it's going to be away from the highway. You can't go wrong. You kind of know what you're going to get with them, and we've yet to stay at one that wasn't in great shape.
So we hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer them. Just leave a comment and we'll get back to you about it.
That's it. All right, we appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys down the road.